Guys, it's Gabrielle and welcome to my channel and for another video. So in this video I'm going to be showing you two things: how I made a basic cream and a cream that has a lot of aloe vera juice in it. I get a lot of requests for these two, so I decided to kill two birds with one stone. So let's get started. First things first, you're going to need some measuring tools. You need a cup, 2/3 of a cup, 1/3 of a cup, and a teaspoon. Next, you're going to need a big bowl, and this bowl should be ideally deep as well, because we're going to be emulsifying. You don't want stuff going all over the place, so the deeper the bowl, the better it is. The next thing you're going to need is a mixer. I am using the KitchenAid hand mixer, but you can substitute with a blender or even the NutriBullet. And optional is the double boiler, and this is going to help us when it comes to melting our butters. Okay, the water phase of this mix. First things first, you're going to measure just 1 cup of aloe vera juice. Ideally, you'd want to do this sooner because aloe vera juice is normally in the fridge, so you want the temperature to come up to room temperature, so just measure that out and leave it out. Then the next thing you're going to do is the oil phase. I'm working with a solid oil first, and I am using a custom blend butter. It doesn't matter which butter you use, as long as you measure out 1/3 cup of it in liquid. Now technically you can measure in solid, but if you want the same consistency as my cream, accuracy of measurement is really important, so I would suggest you melt it first and then measure out 1/3 of a cup in liquid. Now, as you would know, I have been doing this for a while, so I can kind of eyeball it, and as you can see, I was able to pinpoint exactly 1/3 of a cup, but it's really important to get the measurements right, so just get 1/3 of a cup in liquid. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and measure liquid oil. Now my oil phase has both solid and liquid. Some people just use one. I prefer to use both. So once I have my 1/3 cup of solid oil, I'm gonna go ahead and measure out 2/3 of a cup of fractionated coconut oil. It doesn't matter what oil you use here, as long as that oil never ever solidifies. It needs to be liquid all through. So you have 1/3 cup of a solid oil and 2/3 cup of a liquid oil, and that makes 1 cup of oil total. Then on the other side, I have 1 cup of my water phase, which happens to be aloe vera juice. So since these two don't mix, this is where the emulsifiers come in. I have Incocrat, I have BTMS, and I have E-Wax as well. It doesn't matter which you use, pick any one, take 3 ounces of it, and really important, all the waxes go into the oil phase. So you're going to return your solid oil, your liquid oil, and the waxes back to the double boiler and have them all melt so they mesh together. It's really important to have an emulsifier because without it, you can't mix oil and water. Technically you can, but they would separate. Okay, so after a couple of minutes, here is my oil phase. As you can see, everything has nicely melted and it's all blended in really nicely. So all that remains is for it to cool to about room temperature, and I'll be ready to emulsify. At this point, you want to transfer it into the deep bowl because it's going to get thicker, so the sooner you transfer it, the better. So I transferred it and I'm going to let it sit a while, and it's going to turn into this semi-solid consistency, and then it's ready to go. At this point, if your aloe vera juice is still very cold, you can either put it in the microwave or you can put it in a pot of hot water and just let the temperature come up. And once they're within 20 degrees of each other, you're ready to mix. You don't want to mix when it's too soon, and you don't want to mix when it's too late, because both of these will destabilize the emulsion and it will eventually separate. So the temperature at which you mix is very important, and room temperature is ideal. So I'm doing water in oil emulsion, meaning I'm bringing the water into the oil, but you can reverse it and trickle the oil into the water. Really doesn't matter. As long as you have an emulsifier, it's going to work. Now another thing that's really important is not to over blend. It doesn't seem like you can, but you can, and I've had things separate after I have emulsified them because I overdid it. So as soon as it mixes, you are done. Now my camera cut off here, but I did add 1 teaspoon of my preservative, which is liquid Gamo Plus. This has a lot of water, so if you don't add a preservative, it will go bad. And once that's mixed up, you are really done. I didn't even add a fragrance to it. I don't feel the need to. I'm gonna be using this for my hair and my body, and it's an all-round multi-purpose cream that you can use for pretty much anything and for pretty much anyone. So I hope this was helpful, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and additional notes will be linked in the info bar below, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care until then. Bye.